Chris Marlowe and Paul Sunderland. We're back at the Great Western Forum for Great Western Bank Team Cup Volleyball. Our feature match of the evening, Messaggero going up against Team Paul Mitchell. For the introduction of the rosters, let's go now to Sam Lagana.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and viewers along the Prime Network, welcome back for our second match of the evening, pitting Messaggero against Paul Mitchell. Let's meet the starting lineup for Messaggero. It's captain, number 5, Fabio Vullo. Number 2, Gianni Montanari. Number 3, Gianmarco Venturi. Number 4, Giovanni Mombelli. Number 6, Steve Timonsi. Number 7, Giovanni Enriquillo. Number 10, Vigor Bovalenta. Number 13, Mario Fangareggi. And number 15, Karch Kirai. The coach for Messaggero, Daniela Ricci. And now let's meet the starting lineup for Paul Mitchell. It's captain, sporting number 9, Ricky Ludes. Number 1, Gary Sato. Number 7, Craig Bach. Wearing number 12, Mike Dodd. Number 17, Hono Ma'a. Number 18, Tom Duke. Number 19, Adam Johnson. And number 99, the Jimmy Connors of volleyball, Steve Obranovich. The coach for Paul Mitchell is John Stevenson.
John Stevenson, there he is, former great professional player. He was a little late last night because he was working overtime as president of the Association of Volleyball Professionals. He is in charge, and he's going over the lineup now with Team Paul Mitchell. And OB saying, wait a second, am I in there? No. Is he going to be in there? Would you put him in? He is in. So 99 is getting the start. Rick Olmstead, our first referee. And our second official, Bobby Clark, will be down. Bobby Clark. So OB gets the start, and that will mean Ricky Ludes will be in the setting position, Paul. How does that change your mind either way?
Well, take this from Ricky Ludes. Ricky Ludes just looked over at Obranovich and said, are you starting? So, Ricky, you're setting.
John Paul DeJoria, the owner of Paul Mitchell, looking very dapper tonight. Co-founder, CEO of John Paul Mitchell Systems. John Paul Jones, what a great name. And he's got a perfect seat in the front row. Con Company. All right, set, ready to go. Team Paul Mitchell in black. I wonder how that would stack up with Guido Sarducci. The opponents wearing black. Messaggero in red. We're looking for the volleyball. As soon as they find it, we'll start. And the players obviously know each other very well, especially Dodd and Karch. Here we go. So a little talking trash to start it off. Here we go. Paul, tell them, here we go.
We're ready. Everybody's ready.
All right. Gianmarco Venturi getting a rare start. He was not in the starting lineup the first couple of nights, but he is in there now. He's wearing number 3. We'll see how he can play. Ludes and Dodd thumps one off Venturini's head. Welcome to America.
The first bit of action, Mike Dodd just found him in the cross-court corner out of the X-play.
Ludes, Buck, and Duke are up, and Dodd will join them, I believe. No, he'll stay back this time. Well, this is a completely different lineup as Tom Duke gets the stuff.
Karch on the right side. Not much deception here, and a big block up and over the net.
Dodd, point per play scoring once again. And Bulow, who is going to play as a hitter. We had heard that he can play spiker. Number 5, he's normally their center. Interesting change.
I've heard he's a very, very good hitter. I don't think this insertion of Venturi in the setting position and Bulow to the outside will have as much an effect on Il Messaggero as the other change will have with Obradovic in the lineup for Paul Mitchell.
Greg Buck gets a kill. Duke had the block. 3-1 Paul Mitchell here in game 1. And Eric Kielo tools the block. I think he will be a key. Can he put the ball down against Ludies and Buck on the left side?
Well, if Ludies and Buck get his number early, I think he'll have a lot of trouble. If you let a smallish outside hitter get into his good rhythm, really get a good sweat going, he can have an effective night.
I agree. Adam Johnson is dug. Il Messaggero can get a point. Just like that. Duke, Buck, and Ludies. That is some beef up front. Duke's second block, and Obradovic will serve. So OB has finally worked his way into the starting lineup.
Took him a week and 2 days of lobbying and constant hounding his coach.
Bulow hits it off the block out of bounds. Fabio Bulow. As John Stevenson plots his course for Team Paul Mitchell in black.
Bulow's got an excellent jump serve out of the left back.
Gary Sato is not starting, if you're wondering. Johnson handles it relatively easily. And so far, Ludies looks very, very good. I guess that winter playing ball in France really has helped his setting indoors.
Well, ever since he left UCLA, where he was an All-American, won 4 NCAA championships, he's continued to go over to Europe after his years after the '88 Olympic team, won a gold medal there, and he's setting the ball all winter long.
Venturi, who is apparently left-handed. We've never seen him play before. And he is setting, he can attack. Joust. Ludies dishes. Keep in mind, this is Team Cup volleyball. You don't have to handle it perfectly cleanly. Bulow to Timmons. Big rally here.
Low set.
And Duke is roofed by Venturi.
That ball was set way too low, and Venturi, who would much prefer to be blocking on the outside, gets stuck in the middle. And when you're little and you're late, just get anything you can over the net.
If you're Paul Mitchell, you do not want Duke hitting on the outside. Venturi making a very, very good block, but Duke is not a good left side hitter. He's a quick hitter. Here he comes. And that's what he does best. He's got pretty good range, a big guy who can hit and run.
Very, very quick. I still think that he's got enough physical ability to play at a high level for the United States, but just hasn't had the, been there mentally in terms of concentration to prove himself to the national team coaches.
And the one-hand set. Venturi pivot. Karch. And Karch snaps it through. You can tell Charlie's got a little jumping tonight. Sometimes he comes out and patty kicks the ball around. Not tonight. He's hitting hard.
Well, this is his preseason as well. He's been working out hard. We talked about the near Olympic weight room he's got in his garage right now, and hitting it hard, doing his jump training, getting ready to go overseas and play another season for Il Messaggero.
Steve Timmons, familiar. He'll play in the back row this time. Dodd. And Dodd hits it out. So pretty good play. It might have been a little to the left of Dodd, but a hittable ball nonetheless.
Hitting error for Dodd, and uncharacteristic because he's been having a super season so far.
Daniel Ricci is the coach of Il Messaggero. Karch up against 3 big ones. Here comes the attack. Dodd. And Dodd hits his second ball out in a row. So Dodd getting around the horn, but couldn't put it in. Point, Il Messaggero.
Dodd getting good sets, open in combination. He was open on the right side, just making mistakes, hitting the ball out of bounds. And it's going to be a hard adjustment for Gianmarco Venturi to figure out who his hitters are. Whole new rules. Sure, you're watching over on the sideline, but when you get in a rally, you've got a big blocker next to you, you want to set him. You have to remember that he may be in the back row.
Already happened a couple of times, too.
Happened with Steve Timmons just a second ago.
We're tied at 7. If you just joined us, Toyota won match 1. These are the 2 best teams in Team Cup volleyball. With the Great Western Forum, as Prime Network continues its coverage of the only professional indoor volleyball league in the United States. Nice set, but Duke is not an eligible receiver.
Nobody said anything to the setter.
Oh, Buck!
Paul Mitchell, but it doesn't,
one down.
Doesn't hurt him.
Montanari.
First block, I think, for Craig Buck, and will certainly not be the last. Look at him. He's watching the setter. Boy, I'll tell you, it's like being stuck inside a bottle.
Not much room. He almost comes down on the ball. That thing got down there in a hurry. He's been our Prime Network player of the match in the first 2 matches. So Buck has played spectacularly. And there's a pretty easy play that Paul Mitchell did not handle well. Johnson right to him.
Should have scored on that play. They just missed the dig. An easy opportunity.
Daniele Ricci handled the pressure this year, leading Il Messaggero to the Italian league title. 26-1 was the record for Karch Steve and the gang. Oh, Bradovich. Oh, yeah. And so OB tees off. The Obradovich family.
Steve could always bring the heat, and he may not jump like he used to, but he's going to be aggressive when he comes on the floor.
A member of the 1977 USC National Championship team. And off the top, and Fabio Gullo does indeed look like a big league hitter.
Not a great jumper, but I interviewed him the other night. I'm 6'5", he's taller than I am, and right in his prime right now.
Karch to serve. We're tied at 9, game 1, best 2 out of 3. Venturi. Still going. Trying to pop it up there for Venturi, who is a left-hand jammer. And OB can't convert. So a point to Il Messaggero. Karch Garay and company with a 1-point lead. We'll take a break. More Great Western Team Cup volleyball coming up after these important messages. Back at the Great Western Forum, Il Messaggero, the team from Italy, leading by 1. Chris Marlowe, Guido Sarducci, Paul Sunderland back at the Great Western Forum. And so far, your team doing very, very well.
They're doing well, and this other team, they're used to playing on the beach, and we're close to the beach.
Yes.
That's why, you know, I would think they'd be doing better, but it's still, you know what I don't like? Tell me what you guys think about this. I don't like every time they make, both teams, every time they make a point, they got to touch and all that stuff. I don't like that. I don't know
it's
what
good
it is.
karma.
Something about it. I think after the game's over, they should do it, you know, but every point is
It's a little repetitive,
don't you think?
Well, it's a little touchy.
That's what I think. I don't know why. I don't think it's, I don't like it.
I like it when something good happens, but not when something bad happens.
All
Like
the time,
I can touch you if it's good, but not if it's bad.
Well, all the time with it.
Priests don't do that after a good service or anything? They don't give you... No?
Come on, you know, no.
How about high five after?
That'd be good. After the mass or something. No, come on. I don't know. It's something I like. I don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
How about doing a little play-by-play for us on this play? I know, I know you're not really familiar with the intricacies of volleyball, but you know Karch Garay.
Right.
Let's see. How about a little play-by-play?
He's the greatest soccer player in the world.
What does he do best?
He hits the ball. Look, he hit it. And it goes over the net, and then another one hits it, and another one hits it. Oh, boy, that was, look now what the touch.
It's a point. It's a point for your nemesis over here in the black, Paul Mitchell.
Right.
They're hanging in this match pretty well.
You call him Paul Mitchell. They make a conditioner or something, hair conditioner.
I think they make a whole bunch of stuff.
I don't like teams named after hair conditioners. No, you know, offense to them, but, you know, where's the Breck team?
Okay, how about another play-by-play call? I like that first one. This is the voice of Dr. Well, you're not a doctor. Father Guido Sarducci.
Okay, he's going to serve it. He hits it over the net. He made it over the net. And the Messaggero team creams them. Oh, but they're going to hit it again in the black. Okay.
Every time you do play-by-play, Paul Mitchell wins the point. Your team is going down here a little bit.
It's not my fault. It's just, you know, here it goes again. This time it won't happen. Number 7, they're going to serve the ball over there. He hit it over the net again. And then Messaggero got him. Ha-ha. Well,
Let me ask you a question, Dr. Guido. I mean, Father Guido, I'm getting this confused. What about all the coaches on? How come you need so many coaches on your team? You got a million of them over there on the bench.
In Italy, it's like train conductors. You always need more than 2 or 3. You know what I mean? It's like, why not?
I mean, look at all those guys over there. Just to figure out how to play volleyball. There's 5 or 6 of them now.
Right.
They're like pods. Every time we play, there's another one of them.
Right. Well, you know, they need jobs. There's a lot of unemployment in Italy. You know, give them a break. If they want a nice vacation, come to California. Look at how nice they look, how well dressed and trimming mustaches.
Very classy operation.
Right.
Before you became a father, as the ball is blocked, did you ever think about being a coach? Were you involved in sports at all?
No, I was involved with the bocce ball.
With what?
Bocce ball. You know, it's
a
gentleman's sport. You know, you don't have to sweat and all that stuff. You know, you just have to lean over a little bit.
And for uninitiated, bocce ball is lawn bowling?
No, it's not lawn. No? It's like a dirt bowling.
That's true.
Dirt
is that right?
Bowling. Right, with sides. The long bowling, you have no sides. Bocce ball, you have you know, wood, right?
Right.
And you could bank it off. It's very different.
Okay, your team again. Let's hear the play-by-play.
Okay,
I love the way you do this.
Here comes the number 5. He's going to try to hit the ball over the net.
Could be a jump server.
If he doesn't hit over the net, the guy is not worth $1 million a year. Like, what's this guy make a year about it?
800,000.
800,000. Come on. Okay. Now they got it. The air conditioning team is going to try to get over the net. They look at them. Okay, number 5 hits the ball to number 3. Number 3 up in there. Number 8. Okay, now they touch.
All right, we got a replay coming for you. Okay. Replay. Tell us what you see here.
Okay. Okay, look at the Messaggero screaming. Oh, look at that. Oh, the air conditioning team.
Kind of creaming all over the place, huh?
That's right. I wonder if they make a hand lotion.
Well, they certainly can spike the ball. Is that your favorite part of volleyball, the spiking?
No, I kind of like it when it gets kind of hung up in the net. Did I tell you they used to use a fish? I think I did tell you that.
You did tell us that.
Because that's why they have a net, because fishermen thought of this game. They used to do it on the beach. You know, they were pulling in the net, and somebody threw a fish over the net.
If the fishing was crummy, you have to have more than one use for that big, expensive net, so off you go.
And we were under the impression that the Americans invented this game.
No. Who said this?
William D. Morgan in 1895.
No, this is rumor.
Fallacy?
No, it goes back to biblical times. The apostles used to play, they call it fishing.
Who was the best apostle?
Saint Jerome, the unknown apostle. Do you know Saint Jerome? He was late for the Last Supper.
Uh-huh. Well, it cost him big time because nobody's ever heard of it.
Right.
All right, let's get back to the action. One more play-by-play call here because the players will complain that we're not paying attention to the game.
Where do they make these nets? Do you guys know that? Where do they make the nets?
I think Jeannie Buss makes them back in her office and puts Great Western on them and schleps them out here.
It's really, this whole form is just a scam to sell nets.
It makes lots of money. Okay, go.
Okay, the red Messaggero. Okay, look at now they touch again. So that's another point. The Messaggero team's winning 17-15. We're up by 2 points. Due in Italiano.
Yes. Now remember, you're supposed to be impartial, although we know you're cheering for the Italians.
Okay. Right. And then there's the air conditioning team hits it over the net, and then the Messaggero team creams them. Oh, again, there's the puts it up in net. Guys are no good. Oh, they're lucky they got it. Number 5. Okay, out of bounds.
How about number 9 in black? He's a pretty good player. Ricky Ludis.
Ricky Ludis, what's he make?
You know,
what's he make?
$250,000, $300,000.
$250,000, $300,000. That's amazing, huh?
He's part Italian. Did you know that? Ricky is an Italian name. First name is his mother's Italian, his father's Dutch.
Yes.
Dutch and Italian.
Yeah.
Yes. You know, we don't need the Americans on the Messaggero, I don't think. I think it's just there to try to, you know, more people come to the games and that.
What do you think of Steve Timmons' haircut? Is that sort of a new thing coming to Italy?
I don't know if he got that haircut in Italy or not.
No, he got it here.
He got it here, right. That's what I think.
There are lots of imitators in the United States of his look.
Is that right?
Are you seeing many of those in Rome or around
Never
Ravenna?
saw it in Rome. No, it's kind of howdy-doody kind of cut.
Looks like something you might see in Japan.
In Japan?
Well, the straight hair going. Look at that with the fluff and the puff in the front.
Right.
It's fluffing down.
Howdy-doody, no?
Well, don't let him hear you say that.
Well,
Howdy Doody, you think he looks like?
what do you think he pays for a haircut like that? What's it cost to get a haircut like that?
Well, he's got the good fenders. And
I think it's a lot.
$50.
50 or 100, I would say.
Maybe
Right.
so.
It takes attention away from his face.
Well, that's not so bad.
That's what I think he gets. Not that I'm putting him down. The government's $1 million. What does he care?
Yeah.
You know, he does not have to look like.
He has a gorgeous
Murphy.
wife. He's making $1 million.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Right. I saw his wife.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
Where did they meet? You know.
Here.
They met here.
At Team Cup volleyball.
Yes, last year.
Playing the volleyball.
Or 2 years ago.
On the beach.
2 years ago, right here. In
Right
the Forum
here.
Club.
Right.
Yes.
She's very pretty.
Yes, she is.
He does not deserve her.
Well, that's what she would say.
I know. I say it too.
But they're a match made in heaven.
Well, all right. How come if he's so popular, why don't other people copy his haircut on the Messaggero team? You know, I mean, usually when somebody's a real avant-garde and, you know, like a hero in that other people copy him.
Well, some of the other guys don't have enough hair to copy that.
Right. There's some balding Italians.
Father Guido Sardici staying with us until this next time out. You have unlimited free reign to go ahead.
You know, I'll tell you something.
Yeah.
It is interesting that the hair conditioning team, the team brought to you by the hair products, does have pretty good hair.
Nice hair.
You know what I mean? Far
That's a
advanced to
prerequisite,
the
you know, to be on
Messaggero
that team.
team.
Well, look at the hair on some of these guys. Obradovich has a good
Right.
do.
They all do.
Adam Johnson.
Adam
Right.
Johnson's got great hair.
Right.
As-
Obradovich, I think that's one of the Republicans in Russia that went
went for independence.
went for independence, isn't
Yeah.
it?
He's
Well,
one. It's Kazakhstan, Obradovich.
right. They
and,
broke away. He broke away.
Latvia, Lithuania,
Latvia.
Estonia. Yeah, Obradovich. It sounds familiar.
Right.
18-18 is our score, and there's some question about the lineup of Paul Mitchell. Do you know what's going on out there, Father?
No, I don't know. I haven't even been paying attention. I've been talking to you guys. It's 18-18.
Thank you.
It's tied up.
Some question about the lineup rotation of Team Paul Mitchell and Fabio Bullo giving it to Bobby Clark. What's he saying? You understand Italian. What's he saying right there, do you suppose?
He's it's something obscene.
In your eye, you referee.
Right. He's saying something about a fish and a snake and I don't know what. How much does the ref make? What do you know does he make?
He
I'm
makes,
into the economics.
I think he makes $10 a game.
That's too much.
10 a game.
The big question I think fans would like to know, how much do you make after your Saturday Night Live fame? You're a very famous man. How much do you make a year, if that's not too personal?
It does not even cover my tips, what I make on that show. You know what I mean? It's
How about
just
what we're
peanut
paying you
time.
tonight to
What
appear?
you're paying me tonight, I have to hitchhike home. You guys won't give me a ride.
But you're getting some of those good hair products.
I
It's a
get some
freebie.
hair
That's
products.
right.
I'm not even, if I was for that team, they would give me hair products.
Oh!
Messaggero's a newspaper.
Okay, we say goodbye now to Father Guido Sarducci.
Well,
Thank
it
you
was
very
my
much.
pleasure. You know who's going to win this, everybody.
Prime Network's version of Wednesday Night Live as Il Messaggero up by 2 going to break. Thanks a lot. Chris Marlowe and Paul Sunderland, we're back. Wednesday Night Live continues 20-18. Great Western Bank Team Cup Volleyball. Steve Obradovich has been a factor so far.
Playing well on the left side and solidly in the back row. He's been griping and crying and yelling and screaming to get on the court, and now he's playing well once he's gotten the chance. His team, however, down by 2, 20-18.
Guido was very concerned about the economics of volleyball, was he not, Paul?
Well, priests, you know, they take a vow of poverty, but, you know, he can at least be interested.
He is interested. Uh-oh. And someone may be hurt. Karch diving over the bench. One thing about Karch Karai, he has always been a competitor. You would never see him pulling up at the bench and going, I'm not going to try for that. But that's perhaps one time maybe you should have.
Well, ran right over his head coach, but the ball's out there. It's inside the barriers, inside the banner, so he's going after the ball.
They're going to take a look at Karch's leg. He might be bleeding. 20-19 as he went over the barrier.
Probably hit his shin on the heavy chair or some of the protective gear around the side of the court. But I'll tell you, when Karch came out limping, you know, all those 4 or 5 officials for Il Messaggero we've been talking about throughout the course of the cup, they all stood up and were just white as sheep. And Karch is bleeding a little bit down there.
Trying to put some, well, as Chick Hearn used to say, don't hurt no more on it. But he gouged himself pretty good. And if there's anything that scares the bedevil out of the Italian coaches, it's Karch Kiraly getting hurt. This is something they have to be very careful.
That's what I was just saying.
Yeah, he wants to keep the bug spray away from him, but the little guy is working on him down below.
Well, and the head coach said, "Are you okay?
Yeah.
Do you want to continue?" And Karch says, "No problema."
So we've had just about everything tonight as they wrap up Karch. He was going to the bench. He dove for the ball and apparently got jabbed going in. And he'll come back out.
Those were 5 very pale-looking Il Messaggero officials when Karch came out limping.
They got out of the way, but what you should do, technically, when you're a coach over there, and you'll back me up on this, Paul, when a player comes over, if you get out of the way, you take your chair with you. When you vacate that spot, you should grab your chair and move out of the way so the player has a chance.
The only problem here is I think all those chairs are joined at the hip. So in that case, you got to check out what kind of chair you have and stay there, pay the price, and just let Karch run right over you.
Then all the guys with suits have to grab their chairs and get up as a team in unison. Oh, Duke blocks one down. We'll see right now. Tom Duke has 4 blocks, and we're tied at 20.
Tom Duke could be a key. Has been inconsistent and not really watching the hitter. Not the best blocking form, but does get his hands over into the cross court. Want to watch the hitter the whole time.
And some questionable ball handling, but play continues. Big block up there for Paul Mitchell. Kiraly. And OB with a dig.
Big swing by AJ on the left.
Ludi sets his partner on the beach, and it's Doug. Karch. And it is blocked.
Obradovich doing a nice job keeping the ball in play in the backcourt, and Craig Buck once again organizing his block with Tom Duke, Ricky Ludi's. Nice movement front and back.
Now for Buck. And Pulo demonstrating he has a good slam dink. Now he has 5 kills.
International players have a whole variety of shots that the fans of the United States don't necessarily see that often. That's just a slam dink, throw it low into the hole in the block.
Karch has that shot in addition. 21 all. We promised you a good one, and we have one. Buck stuffed. Erikielo Timmons in on that play.
Set's got to be higher, and then everybody's got to come in and cover. 4-2 rotation. You know you're going to try to get the ball to Craig Buck. You got to help your hitters.
Let's see if Ludi's tries to dump it over if he gets a tight pass. Karch serves out of bounds. You ever been injured in a match, Paul, that you continue to play in?
Yeah, sprained ankle. Sprained ankle. A sprained ankle, if you stay warm, you get a good tape job, you can usually get through the match. You don't feel too good the next day, but that's been the worst.
Of course, we're talking about Karch Kiraly, who was injured moments ago, still staying in the game. Erikielo got it. Giovanni Erikielo, number 7, with his 3rd kill.
We keep waiting for him to have problems against the big block, and he's hammering cross court. I think that Paul Mitchell has got to go at Erikielo, not that good a blocker, and they go after him right here.
Well, Ludi's not setting the middle as much as he was earlier, and Timmons waiting on the ground in the read position.
Erikielo's going to block left side, and I think you have to go after him as often as you can. Adam Johnson, a good right side hitter. Ricky Ludi's a good right side hitter. Use him against him.
We've been tied 13 times. First at 2-2. Il Messaggero and Paul Mitchell, both teams 2-0. Our championship final will be seen, at least here on Prime Ticket, Friday Night Live at 7 p.m. Must check your local listings if you're with us on the Prime Network somewhere else, whether that will be live in your area or tape delayed. And into the net goes Timmons for contacts and a point for Paul Mitchell. Johnson to serve from the left side. Serving Erikielo. And Venturi jams it down left-handed. That's such a big advantage.
Both setters for Il Messaggero have great dump shots, as we call them. Just a straight slam dunk by the setter. Pulo because he's 6'6", and Venturi because he's left-handed and can throw it down quickly.
As Guido would say, how much does he make?
Is his father a fisherman?
If you weren't with us earlier, Father Guido Sarducci providing some play-by-play and some color.
Lots of color.
Yes. Heavy color. Some dark moments. Tom Duke serving 25 all. Biggest lead for either team, 2 points. Il Messaggero in red. Paul Mitchell trying to terminate, and Buck make that. Dodd can't find the court.
He's really been struggling.
Only 2 kills for Mike Dodd.
Only 2 kills, and that's his 3rd hitting error in the first game. 2, or I should say 2 of them coming from the right side early going.
Timmons serving. He'll chase to the net.
Oh, that's trouble.
Big trouble. Mulo was not ready. Timmons had served, so he could not spike. And the ball drops. So a little confusion with the new setter in.
Well, particularly since Karchkirai set that ball straight to the net. If you're confused, set the ball high enough so someone can get to the play and off the net so you have room to swing.
16th tie. Paul Mitchell trying to take the lead. No, Karch bangs it down the line. Karch's best hit by far.
Karch having to hit against 2, 3, sometimes even 4 blockers from the left side. When you're blocking, when you have that many players participating in the block, go out and take the line. You have plenty of room to do both, take the line and cross court.
Il Messaggero at the freeze point, 27-26. Dodd out of bounds. Point, Il Messaggero. And now a couple of point lead for the Italian Club League champions.
Adam Johnson and Mike Dodd doing all the passing here. Obradovich not passing.
Venturi, excuse me, has a very good serve. And Il Messaggero blocks.
Montanari being very patient. Craig Buck was late in the middle. Not good rhythm in it. They waited on the X-play.
First game point now for Il Messaggero. This guy's got a good serve. He's serving Adam Johnson right off the court. A chance to put it away. Will they go to Karch?
Terrible free ball pass.
And Karch easily puts it away.
I guess he wanted to get set for game point because he just shanked it up to the net. They had to set outside, could not run the combination.
Karai injured at 2019, retaped, came back out, and played very, very well as Il Messaggero takes game 1 by 4. Game 2, more coverage on the Prime Network after this.